Alrighty then. So this will be my first try making a video for a potential YouTube channel. So my thinking kind of goes like this. Spirituality is about your relationship to the unknown. And well, it doesn't matter how far our knowledge and understanding of things goes, there's always going to be unknown. Therefore, we kind of always have a need for something, call it spiritual. I think a lot of times we know ourselves through the things that are happening, the things that we're doing, seeing, feeling, but can you know yourself through something you don't think, you don't feel, you don't know, you don't hear? Utterly unknown. Can you know yourself through that? And your ability to do that is how spiritual you are, for lack of a better word. So with that in mind, we need sort of a spiritual tool, a sort of spiritual process, something, a framework that we can approach the unknown with. A known that can collaborate with the unknown. It's sort of a special human instinct, a special human ability to be able to choose to be symbiotic with anything. So can we be symbiotic with the unknown? And I think the answer is yes. And that's what religions and spiritualities have been doing for millennia. But they're also overcomplicated, and they're also overly structured, dogmatic, culty. So many problems with religion and with spirituality. Whether you follow a specific book or a specific person, it's going to get complicated because you're sort of always chasing the tail and never grabbing the bull by the horns. And when it comes to spirituality, I think it is such a personal thing. It is your relationship to the unknown. Somebody else can't structure it for you appropriately. And yet we have so many things going on in our lives that in order to get the basics of life right, we have to spend so much time and energy on work and on school and family and relationships and potentially children, other responsibilities like this, chores and whatnot, and hobbies and a million other things that take up our time. We don't necessarily all have the ability to just work from scratch and come up with a spirituality. So I would like to offer a basic framework of spirituality that anybody could pick up, that's very easy to think about, and you can take it and run with it wherever you want, adjust it, make it whatever you want. But just as a starting place, it's this idea of wisdom, beauty, love, and truth. And how is that spirituality? Well, each of these ideas wisdom, beauty, love, truth. Each of them is sort of infinite in scope. And yet each of them is so tangible and experiential. I find that when I look at basically anything where somebody is trying to go deep into the human experience, they're touching on one or more of these things, whether it's poetry or religion or art or spirituality or honestly anything, music, beauty, love, coming up constantly in arts, truth, the pursuit of truth. It's like in the realm of science and technology and engineering and math, we're pursuing truth, and then wisdom, probably the least popular of the four, but I think everybody understands immediately the value of wisdom, because even if we don't understand any of these things perfectly, we do have an idea of their value. And that's why they sort of work as a framework for spirituality, because you can embrace them, but there's an unknown element to them. So they're like four relationships with the unknown that you can have in a way. I do think it connects back to certain types of spirituality, certain ideas from various spiritual traditions. But I don't think any of that is strictly necessary. I think if you can guide your life along through this idea that I need to be wise, beautiful, loving, and true, and I want the people and places and things around me to be wise and beautiful and loving and true, I think that you are on a good path, and you're going to build yourself into a better person, and you're going to build a better world. And I think that's really as much as you could possibly ask for out of spirituality. So that's the basic idea. There's some overlap as well with Carl Jung, the archetypes. The 4 paths of yoga. It gets interesting if any of that matters to any individual person, but just spending time with each of these things would be enough to even like find your preference, find which one you gravitate towards most, or which one other people see in you most, and you'll start to see that other people gravitate towards one or the other more than they do the other 3. But I think every individual, even if we're only seen in the context of one of these things, we all need to have a whole relationship with each of them in our lives. And I think that's what makes it so valuable. You have to interact with people as if you were just embodying one while embodying all of them. And you can understand other people more deeply if you see that they are doing the same. So this is a basic framework for spirituality, a relationship with the unknown, something that can grow you as a person and help guide your thinking on how to shape the world around you. And the idea is as simple as wisdom, beauty, love, and truth.